Welcome to Under the Plum Bob After Dark.
Bonus episode time. We're here with another bonus episode. This is our September episode, and want to thank you so much for contributing to our Patreon, contributing to our Discord, just making it a fun time for us, and hopefully you're having a blast too. We love all of our Simulation Nation, but the Simizens are extra special. Anyway, you deserve an extra special bonus episode. So this month, we're going to talk about a lesser-known object from The Sims 2, and it happens to be one of Caitlin's favorites. It's the Tombstone of life and death. Tell us what you want to hear on our next bonus episode or a future episode. Get in our Discord. There's a private channel for the bonus set. It's called Honorary Gurus. I literally just set it up. It's just a place you can talk about, content for the top 2 tiers without making anyone feel sad that they're in the bottom tier.
And if you are an actual Sims guru, you're welcome to join in there as well. Just saying.
Yeah, that would kick ass.
Holy shit, could you imagine? Do you think they're allowed?
Probably not.
Probably can't contribute. They could probably listen to us.
Yeah, I don't think they'd be able to join our Patreon. Or if they did, they'd have to lie about who they were.
Yeah, we totally won't say anything.
That would be cool. If you're a secret Sims guru, you can tell us, wink wink. First of all, real quick note, the September episode was supposed to be part 2 of the Slice of Life mod, because after we recorded the episode, I noticed she had posted a bunch of updates, and it looked like some stuff had changed.
Mm-hmm.
Literally right after we recorded, too. It was the day after stuff got updated, and we're like, well, fuck.
Yeah, although I don't know if I'm just not good with mods or what, but I put it in my game this week, and it literally the only parts that worked were the period part and the breakouts part. And yeah, they've added...
You put the period thing back in? I re-downloaded it and immediately deleted the period thing.
I did. I put them back in just to see if they were as annoying as I remembered, and they fucking were. I was so tired of all my girls just getting really stinky and everyone being ew, you're gross, you're a girl.
Oh god. Oh god.
Fuck. Okay, anyway, I already know I hate that part of the mod.
The only thing that worked for me is the skincare thing worked, which was one of the new things she uploaded, I think.
So the skincare thing, right, and that was the updated part. You can have a skincare routine, but it was constant breakouts, and there's supposed to be an option on the menu to clear your reset your appearance, and it wasn't there. So I don't know what was up, why the mod just was totally broken for me. None of the other features worked, not the turn-ons, turn-offs, not the talents, not the, it's just it didn't do anything basically except those 2 things. And I was yeah, I don't want to talk about this. So we found another topic. Thank you, Caitlin.
Sims 2 came straight through me and said, this object. Talk about this very useful object in Sims 2.
Possessed by the spirit of the Tombstone of life and death. So what the heck is that? I don't understand.
Well, okay, so Sims 2 had a lot of very, very, just hidden objects that you had to go, you had to go find it. It's a hidden object in Sims 2 that unlocks a lot of testing cheats, and when you activate it, when it arrives, it looks like a tombstone, and then you select it, and all these options come up. So, testing debug options.
I'm sorry. I just had a flashback to when Melissa was talking about cheating, when you had to repeat the commands with the semicolon, and she had the rock, and she called it the cheat rock. This is a literal in-game cheat rock.
Yeah.
The cheating rock?
Yeah. It's a rock.
This is yeah.
That's hilarious.
Literally. So and how you get it in Sims 2 is you do the ever faithful Control-Alt-C, which I definitely wrote as Control-Alt-Delete when I first was writing the script, and I was like, that's not right. Then you type in bullprop testing cheats enabled true, shift click any sim will do. Then you select more, and then the option spawn, and then you'll see a thing of Tombstone of L and D, which is life and death. Or
learning and development.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it could go that long. I think it's too long of a name, so they just shortened it.
Probably, yeah.
So then it should appear next to your sim, and it looks like a gravestone, like a plain gravestone, that if your sim died without being an aspiration, because you could get platinum aspiration, and you would get a fancy, gilded tombstone in Sims 2.
Ooh.
But if you died without doing that, you would just get a plain gray tombstone, and that's what it looks like.
She basic.
But with hidden talents.
Oh,
Yeah, this thing ain't basic.
she's surface basic, but
Inside's deep.
do not sleep on the tombstone of life and death.
So then you click the tombstone, and so many things will open up for you. So many things.
All the things.
Roxy, this is going to be so up your alley. I can't wait.
So the first couple, like, a lot of the options are you can create a randomly generated sim of any gender or any age. Just, they'll appear right there. And the options are like new teen female, new child boy, new elder male, new elder female.
Hence, life.
Ah, yes.
That sim will become a member of the household. So as soon as you create them, they are a member of the household. I think the Sims wiki was like, this is helpful if your sim has to go to work and you just create this person to watch the child, like to babysit while your sim is at work. And then you can just delete them when you're done. It's like, what a cheat.
Wow.
What a workaround.
I didn't even think of that.
Wow.
They've served their purpose. Now they're done.
It's kind of savage.
Well, I was going to say, if anyone's a Buffy fan, this is how Dawn came to be.
Yeah.
Just new teen female.
Oh, yeah, pretty much.
Done.
Oh, fucking Dawn. She's been here the entire time, right? Right? Everybody?
Totally here this whole time.
And you can add a neighbor to the family. So anybody who is in the town, so including all the random townies that would be around, you can add them to the family. So you know how in Sims 4 you were mad that you couldn't add Dustin Broke to the game. So in this, so if you bring up the menu, you can select anyone from the neighborhood and add that sim to the family. So you would click on Tombstone of Life and Death, you would click add neighbor to the family, and it would bring up, it'd be a little thing of like all their names. So it'd be like Dustin Broke, Brandy Broke, blah, blah, blah. And you click more, and it would just cycle through anybody who's been involved with the town, including dead people, including weird NPCs. And you would select the one that you would want, and then they would just appear as a member of the family.
So they were just added to the family permanently.
They would just be there. So what you can add any neighbor, so NPCs, so the Mrs. Crumplebottom who could be added. But there's some Sims that if you add them, they kind of corrupt your game or the save. Or they'll just appear for 2 seconds and then disappear. So the hula dance, you can get the hula dancer that comes up with the Grim Reaper. If you die a good death, the hula dancer shows up. You can bring her, but then she'll be there for 2 seconds and then disappear.
That must be frustrating.
The same thing happens if it's a dead person. So they'll show up and then disappear. And there are several NPCs that if you add to the game, they will corrupt your neighborhood. They will corrupt your game. And the NPCs that are known to cause problems are Toddler New Year, Father Time, Santa Claus, Hula Zombie, Pollination Technician, Grim Reaper, Therapist, Mrs. Crumplebottom, Sticky Skunk, I don't know what that is, Witch Doctor, Bigfoot, Jesus, Ideal Plant Sim, Rod Humble, he's the guy who drops off the computer for free, Genie.
Oh, wasn't he? He was one of the developers. He went on to, was it Paralives or one of the other ones?
I don't think it's Paralives.
No, but he went on to some other company to work on a simulation game recently.
And then the Good Witch Cat.
Side note, I didn't recognize his name until now.
I saw him and I was like, oh yes, computer guy.
That guy.
Yeah, all those will fuck up your game if you add them.
Is it understood that the hula dancing girl is a zombie? Or is there a separate hula zombie?
I think that's who their hula's like. Because technically they're dead, I would assume, if they're with the Grim Reaper.
Okay, that's fair.
Angel of Death situation?
Sure. I totally forgot about them. Oh my god, what a throwback.
Because they'll show up, because if your Sims had a good life, because if you die and you had a bad life, the Grim Reaper shows up with like a timer, with like one of those sand timers, and then your Sim will like fight with him, and then he'll kind of just like force them into death. But then
terrifying.
If they had a good life, the hula dancers will show up, and then your Sim picks up a little suitcase and gets like, it looks like he's going off on vacation, and you're like, oh, You've had a good life,
It's like
Sim.
retirement of the soul.
The Grim Reaper is also wearing a lei
Yeah.
in this scenario, which I think is very important to mention.
He's living his best life. Those are the days he likes his job. He has a hard job. Poor
Right?
Grim Reaper. Speaking of Grim Reaper, you can also impregnate your Sim
Oh, yeah.
with
Now you're talking.
with anybody. So it allows any adult more life. Allows any adult Sim to have a genetic merger, quote unquote, with any other adult Sim on the lot. So say you
Hey, baby.
want to
You want to have a genetic merger with
Heyo.
me?
So if you want to have the Grim Reaper's babies, you either can summon him by add neighbor to the family and hope it doesn't corrupt your game, or wait for somebody to die. One of the two, you know. And then you get Tombstone Life and Death to show up, and then you click simulate genetic merger with, and then select the second parent. And the second parent can be any gender, male or female. So you could be a female Sim wanting to have a female Sim baby. You did it. You can pick yourself.
Wait a minute. Back up 2 steps to the Grim Reaper real quick. This isn't in the script because I didn't think about the Grim Reaper. Is that how Olive got nervous subject? Like, she kept killing off her spouses and then one time used the Tombstone to merge with the Grim Reaper to make nervous subject?
Maybe.
Oh my god.
How did we miss that theory?
From a technical standpoint, that's probably how the developers did it, so they wanted to say like, I imagine it happened one of 2 ways. One being the developers had this function in. It's likely something that the developers built to test themselves and they just left it in the game when they put the game out. But they had, access to the Grim Reaper and said, wouldn't it be cool if this character could have a child with Grim Reaper, and they had a function to do that already. The vice versa of that theory is that they wanted that for this character, so they built it into the Tombstone of Life and Death. I think it's something that they likely found as, part of something they were already doing, and they're like, yeah, this is cool, we can do this. But yeah, that's it. From a technical standpoint, that's probably how it happened. Like how they were able to
I
do
can't believe
it.
we didn't get that theory into our actual nervous subject episode.
I mean, we kind of talked about it, but I don't think we were evolved that far to determine such a theory. Now you know.
Awesome.
The more you know.
Also, if you pick your Sim as both the first parent and the second parent, it'll come out with that Sim's own genetics, just the opposite gender, which is why I got confused in the Broke episode. That's where Baby Broke came from.
Oh.
It's the same results.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I was so excited when I read that, and I was like, oh my god, that's where the baby came from.
But it's not, though. It's from...
No?
They did something else.
Oh.
I thought it was this. It's not this, though.
Oh, okay.
The correct version's in the Broke episode.
Well, good. We got it right somewhere.
Yeah. Because I thought it was this, and it's like, nope, it's not. It's because they did something else. My brain's dead.
And this also should sound familiar to you, because a lot of this functionality was recreated in the MC Command Center.
Yeah. This is pretty much MC. Like, this is... If Sims 2 didn't have MC Command Center, this is kind of what it was.
Yeah.
Not as in-depth, but the basics.
It was probably what inspired MC Command Center in terms of, like, Sims 2, we had this thing where you could manipulate a whole bunch of stuff in-game. Sims 4 has MCCC. The Sims 3 version of MCCC and the Tombstone of Life and Death is NRAAS? NRAFS?
I don't know. It's like Master Controller, isn't it?
Yeah. We'll do an episode on it. Don't worry. Coming like soon.
Somebody who can play Sims 3 has to be on that episode because it don't work on my computer.
I have fond memories.
I think I only have the base game for Sims 3, and I don't even have it downloaded.
So, yeah, you and Ava, Melissa, can do that one.
For sure.
I'll be in the corner going, stupid. I hate this game.
The potatoes.
Genetics.
Listen, I had a girl, she had red hair probably, and then she dyed her hair pink, and then the baby came out with pink hair.
Pink hair.
I was so mad. That's not good genetics. It's what broke me. It's when I stopped playing.
We know.
Anywho.
We know. It's okay, Caitlin.
Nope, I'm done. Of any of the 4 games.
Oh. I know, we all remember that moment where we just, like, were out.
But this is where people learn that the Grim Reaper makes really pretty babies, so...
Except Nervous Subject isn't pretty.
He's got a pronounced face shape.
Now, he has lovely eyes.
He does have lovely eyes.
Yeah, he's just got a really elongated face. It's kind of freaky. No judgment. Anyway.
Face shaming.
Face shaming, I'm sorry.
Oh, nervous.
Moving along, you can impregnate your sim with an alien. So you want to have your sim have an alien baby, but you never have the honor of being abducted?
Honor or horror?
It's an honor for us. It's a horror for the sim.
Yeah.
Word.
So have an adult sim, either gender. Because especially in Sims 2, on any of the Sims, only male Sims can become pregnant when they get abducted. In this, you can have your female sim have an alien baby.
Yeah.
Which is helpful.
Interesting.
Oh, also, I forgot this. The create genetic merger is really important if you had a same-sex couple and you wanted them to have a baby and, like, actually wanted them to have a baby.
Oh, okay.
Everybody, like, simulate genetic merger, let them actually have kids.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't do that before. Sims 4 has it, so you can do genetic mergers just in casts, but you couldn't do that before.
Yeah, that's cool.
So this was a way that same-sex couples could actually have kids. Back to the aliens. So you would have an adult sim of either gender, click the tombstone, and then there's an option that says, make me alien pregnant. Or I think it says, make Sim's name alien pregnant.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know if I want to click something that says, make me alien pregnant.
Surprise! Sims 2 was powerful. Ooh,
Yeah. You're right to fear that option.
Pollination technician.
Hey, baby. Want to make a genetic merger with me?
He will be the father to the other parent to your sim, so you may get a very, very, like, just high cheekbones and very thin nose baby.
Yes, please.
It very, very drastic features on that alien.
Respect.
No face shaming.
But you got all these pregnancies. You want to speed them up, right? Can you do that?
You can speed up alien. You can speed up a pregnancy. You can have a baby in 4 sim hours instead of 3 days, and they still go through all of the stages. So,
Wow.
Good God. Can you imagine?
4 hours.
I can. I've seen it. It was an episode of Angel.
I was just going to say that expressed itself on television in some way.
Yeah.
What other horrific show? I mean, they kind of did it in Twilight.
Netflix. Yeah.
Oh,
The Umbrella Academy.
okay.
The first episode of that.
That wasn't the one I was thinking of.
I'm so sorry.
But yes. No. It's going to bug me if I don't think about it. What the fuck have I watched lately? Wait. Oh, God. Oh, The Boys. Mild spoiler.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
I won't elaborate.
Okay.
But yes.
Every time it happens, it's not good. It's a horror show.
Except in The Sims.
So do it in The Sims.
Yeah.
In The Sims, you're just impatient as fuck.
Oh, can you imagine with the 100 baby challenge? You could do that.
That's cheating.
Wait. Yeah, for sure. Has anyone attempted the 100 baby challenge in other than Sims 4? I mean, Sims 3 probably, but Sims 4? I mean, Sims 2?
Sims 2, it might break your game. My cat's awake now. Just as a heads up.
You woke up your cat with your pregnancy talk?
Yeah, she's like, oh, pets. Pet me. So now she's just like rubbing her face on things around me.
Nice.
She's like, hey, what's up?
So there's like some other weird stuff this thing does. We're not even halfway through.
Look, when I said it does a lot of things, and some of the things I'm not even sure. So this option, recover sim that disappeared when using testing cheats enabled. And I was like, this is a weird thing. And then I ended up having to use it when trying to test out other stuff. So it's important. So if a sim disappears while you're trying to test out while you're using some of the cheats, you can select get family member and then click the name of the missing sim and they'll come back.
Oh, that's how they I was like, how did it disappear? Was there a glitch? Was Don Lothario involved? Was there alien abduction?
It's a glitch.
Okay.
This happened. I was attempting to do something that comes up later that we're gonna. I think we can just. You can force up age transitions
Mm-hmm.
And one of my Sims, so you can just like force your Sim to, okay, you're a kid, now you're going to be I don't want to wait
Squid.
that long. Yeah. Squid.
You're a kid. You're a squid. No one. All right.
Squid?
It's what is it called?
Men in
It's a
Black?
Nintendo game.
Oh, okay.
No.
One day-
Splatoon. Splatoon.
One day we will all get a reference somebody makes.
We
One
are
day.
very like bad at that. Meanwhile, like Cowplants over there, like getting all of each other's references. They're such show-offs.
Listen, it's early, okay?
Okay, we won't talk about how early they have to record.
Typically, I'm better.
I was just gonna say, my friends in high school, we had a couple of sound clips of people saying squid, and we would go and like insert it into other random WAV files. We were nerds. Hardcore nerds.
You're a kid, you're a squid. Okay.
We have to resurrect Sims, right?
Oh, yeah. So if your Sim's dead, sad, and you were like, shit, I don't want to be dead.
Sad.
Sad face.
You're like, I made a mistake. So you can add, so even dead Sims come up in the add neighbor to family option. So they'll show up and then like disappear with a thing that says like they died on another lot, so they're gonna go there, which they don't go anywhere, they're just dead. So you have to pause when they show up, and then you have to use testing cheese enable to make them selectable to keep them. Otherwise, they'll just disappear and be dead again.
Ugh.
And while testing this out, I found out when the dead Sim appears and then disappears, Sims who knew that Sim get another memory that their Sim died again. So it's another Sim. They get like, oh, my grandma died again. Great, good. Yay.
My grandma died twice.
Re-traumatizing.
Yeah, in front of my eyes.
Thoroughly traumatic and very similar to my experience with the Death Flower, but that's a spoiler for an upcoming bonus episode.
Yeah. She's coming. We'll talk about her.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's so traumatic.
So they appear as dead neighbors, or they appear as neighbors, right?
Yeah, they'll appear like standing next to the tombstone for a second as they looked, and then they'll just disappear again. Which is, I think,
Because they're neighbors from a different plane of existence.
since they were a person in the neighborhood at some point, they're always going to show up in the game as a part of the neighborhood.
A zombie is a person in your neighborhood. Anyway.
It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. How many neighborhood songs do we know?
In the neighborhood.
Anywho.
Sorry.
Oh boy. All right, we're gonna kill some Sims. That'll make me feel better.
We're not gonna kill any more Sims.
Yeah, we're still in life at this point.
No, we're forcing them to age up, and I see death on the horizon.
No, we can still, as a part of life, is being friendly with other Sims.
Oh yeah, that one's first.
So you're like, boring.
I'm bored. Where's the murder?
Murder? Has there been a murder?
Fine, make friends with everyone.
Yeah, so there's an option to make me friendly to all Sims here. So all the Sims on the lot, you will have, like, you'll get to like 20, you'll get a certain amount of knowing them to any Sim on the lot when you do this. It'll only take a small interaction to make it so you're friends. So when you needed 10 friends to get a promotion, you could just go to a public lot, Tombstone of Life and Death, that lot, and then just make me friendly with everyone here, and then go tell 2 jokes, and boom, friend. Tell 2 more jokes, boom, another friend.
The Sims is so much easier when you cheat.
Yes.
Amen to that.
Now can we kill some Sims?
Yeah, so if say you have an elder and you can't age them up,
And they're boring.
yeah, they can't do anything. They're there to babysit the children, pretty much.
Oh yeah, they're your grandmother that you locked in the attic. Remember that story?
Nope.
The one girl told. That was so funny. Oh my god, I swear it was one of our What Just Happened.
Yeah, it's a What Just Happened story. She wanted to just have a teenager.
Yeah.
But you couldn't just have a teenager, so she made an elder sim, and she hated the elder sim, and so she just made her, like, go around and fix things, and, like,
I think, she had to fix things, and she lived in the attic, and I think she painted, I don't know, something like that.
And she electrocuted and died, and then her ghost haunted her all the time, and she was like, God damn it.
Wouldn't you? I mean,
On the other hand, forcing an elder sim to age up that makes them die is savage.
So if your sim's an elder, they obviously can't age up, so there's a die of old age option instead. So
Boy, bye.
GTFO to the afterlife.
Yeah.
There's also an option of show parent and sibling relations. So when you do that, you'll get little notifications of like, I'm your son. With their picture. I'm their grandma. I'm their so-and-so. Blah, blah. So I don't know why it's there, but you can do that.
Yeah, I was saying, isn't there a family tree already?
I guess if you don't know who that sim, like if you're playing, say you're only playing one household and you're in Pleasant View and you can click another sim.
Yeah, you can do it for townies, right?
Yeah, so you can at least see like the relation. Like, do you have a kid? No.
Oh, okay.
What is your?
So you can see other Sims relationships.
There's also this really weird baldness on, baldness off selection. You can just make your Sims bald. I don't know why.
Like all of them?
No, it's just the one.
Is it like a global or just sim
the
by
one
sim?
sim you selected? I don't know why.
Boom, you're bald.
Okay.
Boom, you're not bald.
Well,
It's literally, I was like, okay, that's what it is.
When I first got into challenges, I was obsessed with the 4 Immortal Sisters challenge until I realized there's like no end to that challenge. There's no, it's like, it's all set up and then there's no way to know when you're done. And it was when I was first experimenting with killing Sims off, and I would like lock them in the backyard, but if they weren't added to my family, so of course they wouldn't die. They wouldn't eat the cow plant twice, and I was just getting so annoyed. And I was like, well, maybe they'll eventually do it. And I would get bored and like edit them in CAS and like put these guys into dresses, like full evening gowns, just because I thought it looked funny. Like, no shade on anyone who cross dresses, but it was just like, you're stuck in my backyard. I'm going to force you to wear a dress.
Some saves be like that.
What
challenge
is this? Quick sidebar.
So I guess I could have just made them bald. The four Immortal Sisters. It's kind of a fun challenge. You base them on like, it's like 4 sisters that are based on the 4 elements. Like,
we'll do a challenge
fire,
on it.
Water,
we'll do an
earth.
episode.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, we could do an episode on it, but that's the problem with it. There's no end point.
Oh, and we don't read the challenge enough to know when the end point is for challenges that have endings.
We never get that far anyway. It's fine.
Yeah, so we could totally do it.
Like, we've tried.
It's a fun challenge. I did like a bunch of different versions of it, and then I was like, okay, I need something else now.
Perhaps a makeover Monday. All right. What else can this hunk of rock do?
I had 2 things on there that I couldn't find. So I went on, because like most of this is copied from the Sims wiki, and then I clocked into Sims 2 to see to see the options, because I wanted to see what it looked like. There were 2 things on there that I didn't know what they did, and they didn't show up as on the Sims wiki. So I tried them. One of them is set up lot export. Nothing happened when I did this, so I'm not exactly sure what it's supposed to do. But I didn't want to hit it a bunch of times, because who knows? So I was just like, okay. Also, sidebar, I went into Veronaville when I did this, because I don't know if we're ever going to do an episode in there, because it's just Shakespeare stuff. So it's
my fave.
Oh, I love Shakespeare.
But I don't know if I ever started in the Bottoms house. I don't think I ever went in there a lot, because I went in there because they have a bunch of different generations, so I can see what happens. They start with the party, and then immediately shit hits the fan, because almost everybody, like all the teenagers, are in the area, or like at this party, and then 2 Sims kiss, but the female Sim was in a relationship with this other Sim, so everybody was just, that happened, and then everybody just started fighting. So I got distracted for 10 minutes just watching shit go down. It was just like,
so good.
What the fuck is going on? And I was like, oh, I'm here for a reason, because literally there was just a whole bunch of I was like, wow, what's happening right now? So
God, that's so great. I wonder if, like, in future games, Sims 4 Beyond, there would be a way to, like, launch the game with, like, story mode on, where you could, like, start the townies or the pre-made households with something like that set up.
Yeah, because
or have the option to just, like, no, let's make them normal.
Yeah, because it's something to go off of. Because sometimes you start, and if they're all just kind of sitting outside on the sidewalk, you're kind of like, okay, now what? But it starts like it's showing you everybody at the party. It didn't start at the edge of the lot. It started at the party, And it was like, well, so-and-so wants to kiss so-and-so. And then they immediately had a romantic interaction. And then her boyfriend got mad. And then they all slapped each other. And then they broke up. And you're just sitting there like, what?
What just happened?
It's very Shakespearean.
Yes.
I
Nice.
live for it.
Also, I like that they had pointy ears. But
Yeah.
What?
it was just a whole bunch of, I was like, oh, I don't think, because I think I checked the Juliet and Romeo ones. Also, they only have one lightning bolt, Romeo and Juliet.
Well, yeah. Have you read the book?
Yeah, I know. But I was like, come on. Like, you couldn't even have.
It doesn't end well for those kids.
I know, but if you're going to die, you should at least have 2 lightning bolts with somebody, you know? Like, if you're going to die for them, it should be over a 2 lightning bolt relationship. All I'm saying.
Tell it to Willie. I got nothing to do with it. Call up Will Shakespeare. Let him know.
Or Will Wright.
He's chilling with Jim Henson and Fred Rogers.
Not Will Wright. He is alive and well.
If he dies before this comes out, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
We did it. We willed it into existence.
We will did into existence. I'm not even sorry.
She's awake
I'm not
now.
even sorry. I guess so. I
She
guess
woke
set
up.
up lot export. Maybe that had something to do with the, what is it called? Whatever the gallery. It wasn't a gallery in Sims 2, but there was a way to export to the community. So maybe it had some
maybe.
aspect of that.
Did something outside the game that I didn't know.
Yeah, I wasn't super into it at that point in time, the community of things outside of the actual game.
It was just harder to do.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, which is probably why I didn't do it. But if you know, tell us in Discord, tell us on social media, like how that all worked, because I have a feeling that had something to do with it. But I love being wrong, and Roxy loves when I'm wrong, so make that happen.
I'm sorry.
For
Schadenfreude.
I just don't know what I did to my Sims 2 game.
So
Nothing happened as far as I could tell.
there was the error. The other one caused an error.
Yeah. Okay. It says make me family child, and the child was spelled with capital C, capital H.
Huh.
Child.
And then I clicked. I didn't know what. So I used the Force Sims to age up. I tried it on the youngest Shakespearean child. I made her a teenager.
The little bottom.
Yeah. So then she was a teenager, and then I also selected make me family child on her, and then she disappeared.
Oh.
And then an error popped up. So then I had to go back and get family member. I had to recover her because she disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
And when she came back, she still was acting like a child. Like she looked like your teenager self, but she was like, have you ever tried to walk with your legs bent?
Oh no.
Like
What?
her teenage self was making herself child size, kind of. And then she did she was doing child interactions. Like she was dancing with her mom, like stepping on the knees thing.
Oh, that's freaky.
Kill
I
it
was
with fire. Kill it with fire.
This is broken. So I did not save this thing. So I don't know what that was supposed to do, but
this thing just says I found a mod that's like an enhanced version of the Tombstone, and it says this option makes the sim who is selected part of the family. But that doesn't sound like what you saw.
But she was already part of the family, so I don't know if because she was a part of the family, she just
maybe that's what it was.
Hence the brokenness.
yeah. But it broke her.
I'll put a link to this mod in case anybody wants it. What was the other one? Export. This option doesn't do anything. Maybe it was like they were testing a thing and then they left it
Always
in even
possible.
though it didn't work. I don't know.
Maybe.
Or like they decided not to do that feature. Anyway, I'll put a link to the mod. We can pretty much end it here.
Do you want a special death throughout the Sims episode, Roxy?
Yeah, we gotta go deep. We gotta go in depth. That's what these bonus episodes are for.
I mean, we did one sort of, but we didn't talk about any of the Sims 2 stuff. We could maybe go do death in the Sims 2.
Sims 1, Sims 2, Sims 3, Sims 4, comparing all the deaths.
Yeah, I love that idea.
What do you guys think? You want to hear that? I think that's awesome. Thank you to myself and Caitlin for doing research.
Death of flies. Death of flies.
I'm just going to roll us right out of here. No. But yeah, thank you, Caitlin, for kind of stepping up when I was having a hard time with the original topic.
Yeah, slice of life I still want to do. I think the whole reason we wanted to do a part 2 on that episode was due to the fact that whole episode I was like, you guys, this is great. What do you mean? I love this mod. And I had used it for like 4 Earth seconds and then went back in my game after we finished recording and was like, I regret everything. What is happening?
Did we make more sense?
Oh, for sure. Put it this way. I have more opinions, but I also want to do due diligence and play with it more in my game, and I haven't had it since Island Living, so I am due for putting some mods and stuff back in my game, but I haven't because I'm scared to do that. But I will do it soon once the aforementioned glitchiness has ceased, and you'll get an episode on this very soon, peeps.
I mean, I would love to know why I had so much trouble with it.
It wasn't working. Yeah, the only thing that worked for me was a skincare routine. I immediately deleted the period thing. So I was like, no, thank you. I don't need 6 days of this. That's real life. I don't need that in here.
Yeah, I'm still real salty about that.
Also, it's currently getting some flack on some Facebook groups because you can be not attracted to chubby Sims. But you can also not...
Which we mentioned in our episode.
Yeah, and you cannot... I shouldn't have posted anything, but I was like, oh, you can also not be attracted to active Sims, too. Like, it's not specifically trying to be like, chubby Sims bad. It's like, it went both ways.
I think that was a good point to make. Did anyone complain about you making that point?
Yeah. I was like, I was like, this was a mistake. And like, then there's people arguing about, like, 'cause someone's like, well, fighting, like, but fat shaming exists, but fit shaming doesn't exist. Someone's like, fit shaming does exist, though. Like, it's
absolutely, especially for women. A lot of people are like, "Oh, that woman looks so muscular and gross." Ew.
Yeah.
I think what you're trying to refer to is just being shitty to women, which exists across the board.
What?
No matter what you look like, what color your skin is, you could be blue and round and in a ball, and you would be shamed for having a vagine.
It's a blueberry.
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Chubby men have it hard, too.
Violet, you're turning violet.
Violet, you're turning violet. Violet? That's my favorite line. And I recently listened to the book, like the audiobook, and for a second I thought that line wasn't going to be in the book, and I was like, he's not saying it. They're not saying it. Then they said it, and I was like, thank God. I don't know what I would have done if it wasn't actually, if it was like, why isn't it here?
Thanks to the Sims Wiki for all our information, pretty much. I'll put links anyway to the other sources.
Last but not least, thank you all for listening. Seriously, this is so much fun to do, and we're so glad we get to do it and not bore you with all of our plugs, but you know them, so hang out with us on all the social medias and talk to us on Discord.
Yay!
Yeah, and if you forgot, we're at undertheplumbob.com. And yeah, we'll see you next month, Simizens.
All hail the Simizens.
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 Any last singing?
Wait.
Okay.
Keep it going.
Going. Sound effects.
I have it on my phone.
Oh.
It's on my phone.
Oh my God.
Should I bring out Conk again?
Badish. Dag dag.